don't play these games on paper, so and you're playing for a little bit of pride. I mean, these are the two county schools going at it, and you don't want to be the loser just for that, just
Exactly.
for school pride, so to speak.
Yeah, and you look at it from a standpoint of Franklin County, you're right. You got nothing to lose. This is, you're trying to make, just a little bit of, get a little bit of momentum heading your way. And, like we said, either one of these teams, if they make it tomorrow against Great Crossing, we saw last year in the championship game, one that we thought was academic before the first kick in Frankfurt High taking on Great Crossing, which turned out to be a lot closer game than I think anybody anticipated.
Oh yeah. I mean, Great Crossing won, but it was close.
Yeah, Frankfurt High definitely let the Lady Warhawks know that they were in a fight to get that crown. Of course, both teams moving on to the 11th Region Tournament. First time for Frankfurt High, and they come into this tournament as the number 2 seeds.
That's right. So they have a good chance of duplicating that this year, making it to the 11th Region Tournament.
Well, on to the festivities at hand here. Western Hills taking possession early, and I'll just go ahead and offer a stock apology because we were a little tardy in getting information about the Western Hills Wolverines and the Franklin County Flyers for tonight's game.
Yeah, both schools, we just got their rosters minutes ago, folks.
Yeah,
so
maybe a little bit of Abbott and Costello, who's on first, what's on second.
So it may take us a little while to catch up. We had a roster from both teams, but the Franklin County roster only had 8 girls on it. And, you can't even play a game with 8 girls. So,
well, I've never known the KHSAA to be unreliable.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
My commentary aside, it is actually helpful to have a resource like that where you can pull some, preliminary information about these games and, for as many schools as they have to cover, because you think about Kentucky specifically.
Oh, yeah.
I think Kentucky has maybe the second or third most counties of any state.
Perhaps there's I think there's at least 170 school districts.
Wow.
In the state, so that's that's a lot. And each district will have at least one high school. Some 2, some 6, some who knows.
It's a lot to keep track of, and taking this corner early for Western Hills.
That's Chelsea Smith taking the corner.
It looked like it hit the midsection of the number 10, Zelaya, for Western Hills. Wolverines still threatening, trying to get it to take a friendly bounce. Finally cleared by Franklin County. Trying to make a run from midfield was number 24. That was Jayla Bowen. She is the leading goal scorer for the Franklin County Flyers on the season. And Clint, just as an aside, I am so glad that Western Hills chose white numbers for their jerseys, because otherwise I would have a lot of difficulty even seeing that there were players out on the field right now. The green just kind of meshes right in, and it's still going to be difficult because we are playing on the Franklin County High School football surface. As we've got a foul, looks like it's going to go the way of the Flyers. We are playing on the Franklin County football surface, and because of that, not only do you have all the idiosyncrasies, and I know a lot of these teams play on turf, but the ball just has such a different English to it versus, and I'll put that pin in that for a second, as Jayla Bowen on a breakaway, left-footed shot.
And there's a goal.
Opens the scoring just about 4 minutes in to this first half. Jayla Bowen puts the Flyers on top with the sweet left-footed strike on the breakaway. The free kick, and Bowen just kind of sneaks behind the defenders, stayed onside, stayed on the shoulder of the defender, and smashed that right past the goalkeeper. Really went at the goalkeeper and just challenged her and got her reward. Nice goal by Bowen. And Franklin County strikes first.
Nice look from the floor show replay. And Campbell Goins, no relation, puts it in play for Western Hills.
And now can Western Hills bounce back?
They had it down there earlier with an opportunity, had a corner kick, but just couldn't make a go of it.
Yeah, and really for Franklin County, having an early goal like that, it gives you so much flexibility in the way you can play, because now you've got that lead. And if you want to kind of sit back and try to maybe let this team play onto you and just kind of play defensive and just try to kind of stay, in front of the ball, between the ball and the goal, you have that option, and you leave yourself less vulnerable to attack. But here comes the attack, and that one's going to just go out to the right side of the goal, and that'll be a goal kick. So it'll be the first one of those we've seen tonight from the Franklin County side. And we'll take a look at the goalkeeper, Payson Poole, number 1. Actually, I don't believe she's going to take that. They're going to have the defensive player step up and take that. So that'll be number 13, the freshman, Kendall McLean, taking that. And should be noted, too, that was off of a free kick that Franklin County scored that goal. Flyers so far up to the task of keeping their season alive. There come the Wolverines.
A nice pass down there in the corner, but Franklin County is there.
Yeah, Franklin County really have only had a couple of spells of possession. I mean, we're just now past 5 minutes gone in the first half, and really they've gotten the ball downfield successfully. You can tell they're targeting number 24, Jayla Bowen, who scored that goal. That's who they're looking to get their offense through. As we've got a Flyer down. She bounces right back up, though. Now the Flyers trying to switch play. There's Bowen. Takes it onto her right foot. Had the same idea. She's really just trying to flick it past that back line of Western Hills and get out in space and use her speed, as we saw her do earlier. And that time Western Hills manages to crowd out possession, and they'll get a throw as we've got a substitution in for the Wolverines. Looks like number 3 coming on.
Well, no, Chelsea Smith was, maybe she just came on, but she was in the game earlier. I remember she did the corner kick.
Yeah, I think they may have cycled a player out when the goal was scored, just to give and when you've got short benches like this, Clint, that is one thing you have to think about, especially if you have the luxury of even having a substitute. You know, that's valuable minutes that you can get for your starters, a little bit of rest. Here's Western Hills threatening.
Oh, it's a nice pass there. Almost close to being offside.
Yeah,
was she?
It was offside. She was just a little bit behind the defensive line there. As let's take a look here at the replay. You could tell she was just trying. It's tough to see there, but at least from the first 2 defenders that we saw, it looked like she might have gone just the tiniest bit early. It's very, very tight, though.
Yeah, she was right there just past Layla Reuter, number 15 for Franklin County.
Yeah, that was number 14 making that run.
That's Campbell Goins.
That was Zelai who played that ball, and Western Hills go under threat again. Here comes Bowen.
Again.
Is she going to do the same thing from the opposite side? She is. Slots it into the left corner. Already with the brace, and we don't even have 10 minutes gone. Another goal for Bowen, and she has come to play tonight. Look at this.
Yeah, I think the goalkeeper may have made a little bit of a mistake coming out as far as she did so quickly.
And take a look at this. Same foot, and I can see she's trying. conventional logic would tell you that she's going to go for the right post there. And really, that's just a fantastic finish by Bowen and a tight angle to just kick it past with the right foot into the left side. When you're running kind of away from that corner, that's a fantastic goal. And Franklin County has already
they've got two
tripled
goals
their scoring output. 2-0, the Flyers up, and Western Hills I'm going to have to climb a mountain to get back into this one. As we restart play here, Bowen threatening once again, but this time the Wolverines managed to get the ball over onto the Franklin County side of the field.
That's going to be a throw in for Western Hills.
And this is so typical of what tends to happen in these kind of games. Western Hills has had the majority of the possession thus far, but they've really gotten stung, and really by the same play twice. It came from the same person taking the kick.
Another sub comes into the game. 27, I think that may be Nicole Collingsworth.
Yeah, we have to give a little bit of credit, too, to I'm trying to find the number of the Flyer who played that ball. I think it's been the same player both times. I don't see her out on the field right now, but she is the one that's really found Bowen, and that's clearly the game plan that's being executed perfectly so far. There's the chance for the Wolverines to get one back, but this time coming out to wrap that one up is Payson Poole, number 1. And that was Nevaeh Acuff, the sophomore. I think she had the assist on both of those. First one was from a dead ball, and that one was actually through the run of play.
That'll be a throw in for Selena Benegas. I believe her name is Banegas.
You can kind of
apologies if I mispronounce.
You can make out a little bit of what the strategies are for these various teams. Western Hills just really trying to get as many bodies forward as possible. And Franklin County, I think, has thus far been content to sit back and just kind of wait for their opportunities and wait for Western Hills to just kind of give the ball to them, as what is the case right there to set up a goal kick. But Franklin County sitting back, and the first time they scored on a free kick, the second time it was just your classic getting hit on the counter.
And then Bowen outran the defense.
Yeah, just she's been so impressive so far. A goal kick. We've got a.
I mean, our records, which may be incomplete, but our records show that Franklin County has only scored 2 goals all season long, and they've got 2 right here in the first 10 minutes.
And they've already done better. They've already doubled their output against Western Hills in this very same game on this very same field earlier in the season. So Flyers in a good position right now.
Kendall McLean throws it in for the Flyers.
And I think the Flyers there are just content to play the ball out and get some bodies back in front of goal. And they're trying to make Western Hills just work themselves right now. And Western Hills from the other side, your game plan really has kind of gotten upended, if you think about it, because Western Hills, the way they wanted to play is they've got to get back in this game. They don't really have the luxury of sitting back and waiting for their chances. I know we've got a long way to go, but you really just have to.
You may have to alter your strategy here a little bit.
Thought we had a foul there, but it looks like it's just going to be a throw. I thought they might have gotten the push on number 13 for Franklin County.
That should be a that should be that's what I thought.
It did take a deflection.
I thought, wait a second.
Good eye.
There's Bowen again.
There's Bowen again, and that's what she likes to do. She likes to just play it out into space and give herself a spot to work with. That one unable to find the corner from about twice the distance that she did last time, so I guess we'll give that one to her. And you get a look at Jayla Bowen, already 2 goals so far.
And probably has a lot of confidence, too. You can see just how fast she is right there.
Yeah, and that's, you know, just having the, like you said, Clint, the confidence, the knowledge that you have enough pace that if you just play that ball out in front of you, you can hit it pretty hard, and you're going to be able to, like, chase it down and get to it in a position where you can potentially score. As we see, this is really the first time we've seen the Flyers have any kind of, like, sustained possession, and, well, that didn't last long.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the call was there.
I believe they got her with a,
is that a
well,
foul?
it's a free kick, so it might have been a handball. Let's take a look at this. I think that's what happened. I think it brushed the arm as she came in. No, it hit the arm, as you see, of number 12.
Ah, I see. Ebony Rose.
Unintentional, but still that sends the play the other way. But
sometimes they don't call the unintentional ones, but most of the time they do. McLean did the honors that time for the Lady Flyers. Oh, nice little move there by Salamanca.
They were trying to find number 29 there, Vallardes, Nazaria Vallardes, for Franklin County, who's kind of playing in that secondary striker role on the right side. And if you look at, just going back to Bowen, if you look at her 2 goals, really very nicely done from either side of the goal. Western Hills now just struggling to get any kind of sustained possession. Here comes Franklin County. Here's Bowen again. She's got another chance on the breakaway.
Open.
And that'll be a hat trick.
Wow.
Before 15 minutes are gone. Jayla Bowen having the game of her season and maybe her high school career here, as just an opportunistic. That is seeing the play develop before it even develops. What a play by Jayla Bowen, and that time she kind of made that one all herself. So a hat trick already in the books for the forward, number 24 for Franklin County, her junior year. So
yeah, she's got another year to go here. That's and you know, she doesn't even look winded. Got 3 goals. And
yeah. And now Western Hills has it all to do. We've seen stranger things happen, but this is quite the deficit to have to work back from. And Franklin County still has their foot on the gas. On the break again are the Flyers. That time running out of room, but they should get a throw, and they do.
Throw in Franklin County.
So McLean will do the honors. There's a look at Valadares, number 29. And Ella Martin, number 4 for Western Hills, was in that picture momentarily.
Wolverines have got to get their foot back on the ball here. That's really been
they don't seem to be very aggressive.
Well, they really started off well. They had a lot of sustained possession, just not much to show for it. A lot of the play was on the Franklin County side of the field.
It's going to be a corner kick.
But after the first goal, that has slowly shifted to the side of the Flyers, where Western Hills has been on the defense, and that's kind of where they've stayed for the past 10 minutes. And it gets, every time you have to defend, it gets harder and harder to just find the skill to attack, and that is goal number 4. And that is number 22, I believe. That's Amaya Salamanca, the junior. So 2 juniors, 4 goals.
Wow. Here's another look from our floor show instant replay.
And that was the keeper just not able to get a strong enough hand to it, and it's going to be interesting to see who claims that. I think there was one player who was distraught that she had the chance to smash it in and didn't, but it all counts the same. And right now the Flyers in the driver's seat by a lot.
I think Salamanca was surprised herself that she got that one. Wow, this is not at all what I expected, John.
No, I think coming in we were, guilty of doing the thing and looking at it on paper and just kind of gauging Franklin County's chances based on that, and clearly the Flyers had a little bit more to them. And if you're Great Crossing, you do see some things that you're really going to have to. It's not going to be just walking over this Franklin County Flyer team should they advance. And 4-0 is the score, and there's a fairly good chance of that happening. We've seen stranger things. We've seen teams come back from bigger deficits in the history of Cable 10, but Western Hills certainly has a huge task ahead of them if they want to keep their season alive.
Yeah, they've got a tall task.
And really it just starts with linking a couple passes together, doing some nice things, playing between the lines, as you see some nice play there by Celaya.
Yeah, and we got some movement here.
Now Hills with the break. And I think just looking for an opportunity to shoot and maybe showing a little bit too much of it to the defender, and we're going to get a free kick here as it looked like Salamanca, number 22, the goal scorer, was maybe guilty of getting a little bit of a foot onto the toe of the Wolverine. I didn't see much in it, but
no, I don't
official
think it was a very big foul, but
the official was right there, so I'll concede to his perspective. As here's Martin. Take a right-footed free kick and
just wide.
Goal kick, Franklin County.
Martin there was, excuse me, that wasn't.
Yeah, that was
four.
Martin.
Okay.
Number 4 was Martin, yes.
The Hills roster's on your side, and I don't have the best eyesight, so I'm really kind of working within my own born limitations here. And we've got a collision there, and Hills player down and maybe a little bit shaken up. And we're going to get a stoppage of play here while they help her to her feet.
Selena Benegas.
Let's take a look at this replay here. And the goalkeeper gets a hand to it. And so, yeah, watching the replay, Salamanca takes credit for the goal. But we did have a foot in there that number 12, Ebony Rose, for the Lady Flyers, did get a slight brush to it. So, after the win is in the bag, they can work out the particulars of that. There's a funny thing, Clint. People who watch, professional soccer a lot, both in the U.S. and abroad. I don't know if the U.S. has a version of this, but I know in England there's something called the Dubious Goals Committee.
The Dubious
Have you ever
Goals
heard
Committee.
a more? Have you ever heard a more British name for a? But
and what do they determine?
They
Dubious
determine
Goals Committee.
They determine whether a goal can be given to a player or whether it's counted as an own goal or some other act of God caused the ball to go in. So,
like that last goal, would you give it to 22?
Well, you give it to the player. I think it's really more meant to distinguish own goals from other goals.
Okay.
Let's take a look at this. This is the collision that we had just a little bit ago.
Oh,
and
she
yeah, it's
landed
a
hard.
tough one. It looked like neither of them were really looking at the other, so a tough hit.
Corner kick here for the Wolverines. Smith takes
That one's
it.
low, but it's dangerous. It's coming in.
Yeah, could
Was
be
a
trouble,
Wolverine, and that's
going to
trickle in. And
The Wolverines
Western
get a
Hills.
goal, and this might be one for the Dubious Goals Committee. Maybe we can see it on the instant replay later on, because I think maybe a Franklin County Flyer was the one that actually knocked it in.
Well, they've credited Katie Hernandez with that, I believe. And you could see
Here's another look.
not a lot of power behind that, but just enough English to give it a little bit of spin, and it really kind of stymied the Flyer defenders, and it looked like it could have been either number 11 or number 5 that they gave the goal to number 5.
Yeah.
Number 11 is Bianca Mayavar. I apologize if I've gotten that incorrect. We weren't able to really get our get the best
Pronunciations or
pronunciation
anything.
guide. But Western Hills showing some fight. They're not out of this yet.
No. I mean, you know, Franklin County scored 4 goals in the first 20 minutes, and Western Hills is certainly capable of doing the same thing. It's, you know, they don't have 4-point goals. Each one counts for 1, and you just have to buckle down and make the plays.
Really,
to give yourself some opportunities.
And the main thing is just keeping pressure on that Franklin County defense, because if you look at their games, the other games, they've never given up less than 5 goals in a game. So clearly they are there for the taking if you can put a little bit of pressure on them, and Western Hills will have to be thinking that.
Well, you know, getting a goal puts a little more pep in your step, you know?
Yeah. And, you know, the 4-1, you manage to get another goal, you know, at some point, and there's a, you know, you get one right before halftime, just thinking hypothetically for Western Hills, and there's an old saying that the most dangerous lead you can have is
a 2-point lead.
A 2-goal lead at halftime. But Franklin County would prefer that not even be in the consideration. And if you watch Franklin County right now, they are pressing very high up the field, and I think that's really catching Western Hills out so far, because Western Hills clearly really likes to have time on the ball. They like to, you know, play those little passes. They kind of like to work the ball up the field, just based on what I've seen. And granted, it's a very, very minimal sample size, but if you're pressing a team high like Franklin County has tried to do, and it looks like that's a reaction to the way Western Hills has been playing, that can kind of just, for a team like Western Hills that likes to play those short passes and work the ball up the field, that just makes you have to play a little bit faster, and it makes it just a little bit easier to miskick it. And then for a team that can break the way Franklin County has so far tonight, you're constantly putting yourself in danger.
Turnover there, throw in for the Flyers. McLean puts it in play.
Western Hills throw in.
So we are going to chalk that 4th goal up to, well, it was between Ebony Rose and Amaya Salamanca,
yeah.
but I haven't seen where Rose has been playing. They may have her. I mean, they have everybody pushed up for corners, but I know Salamanca's one of your center back, or kind of playing in that right-sided center back position, and you always like to see the defender get a goal.
Franklin County throw in.
Now County with the throw. They put it into the Western Hills side. This game has kind of, since that Western Hills goal, it's been a little bit of ping pong between these two teams.
Yes, it has. This is Wheeler with it now for the Flyers.
Wheeler with some
Couple of
nice footwork.
touches, yeah.
They're still onside. That is Kataya Yount,
Western Hills
and
throw in.
she is eventually shepherded out of bounds. Western Hills will have a throw, but
And they'll have another throw.
Western Hills throw
Yeah.
in.
the way the game is being played right now, neither team can really get a hold of possession. So
Throw in.
before I can even make a statement, it's already rendered moot.
Throw in Franklin County.
Just want to remind you, this is the first of 2 games we have this evening. On the boys' side, we'll have the play-in game between Franklin County Flyers and the Frankfort Christian Academy Royals. That'll be coming up just a little bit after the conclusion of this one. So if you're thinking about changing it over, I wouldn't, because we've got action for you all night here on Cable 10. And
I'm not sure she meant to do that.
yeah, I think might have been a little bit of
A little too much oomph on that kick.
well, I think she might have been trying to kind of, you know, in her head, it might have been trying to curl it into the far corner there, and curl it did not.
So goal kick here.
Selena Vanegas checks in for Bianca Mejiva.
Mejiva.
Okay.
I'll have to remember that. Anyway, she's checked out now, and that'll be another goal kick for Western Hills, I
Goal kick,
believe.
Franklin County. Western Hills.
As I mentioned, we've got soccer action all week up until Friday when we'll be back at Bell Point for football. It'll be
Eminence taking on the Panthers.
Coming in to take on Frankfurt High. We'll
trouble
take a break
here
from that, and keeper comes out for that. We've got a collision, and
player down.
a player has taken a hit. That was one of those bang-bang plays. And
oh, she's up quickly. That's good.
yeah, I think it was just kind of a little bit of a shock there, but she gives a thumbs up. We like to see that. Let's take a look at the Franklin Goins Insurance replay here. And yeah, it's one of those that she, you know, that's number 8 for Franklin County, Kataya Yount, and she probably had gone too far to pull out of that, but the keeper had come over to wrap that up. I believe that's Addison Robinette in the goal. Do I have that right? Number 33 is our goalkeeper. But I believe that's what it said.
I think you're right. I think
the roster that we got prior to the game.
the number was different, but I think the position was correct.
Throw in Western Hills.
Inside 15 minutes here. You mentioned the football game on Friday, and it's I think it'll be Frankfurt High's senior night.
Okay.
Looking for their first win of the year, though. And it's going to be tough to find against Eminence. It's going to be a goal kick coming up here.
Yeah, Yount was trying to find the corner there, but just could not get her left foot to it.
Goal kick's being taken by number 4. Her name is Finn, F-I-N-N. Her middle name is X-I-C-O. I have no idea how to pronounce that. But her last name is Thomas, so we'll call her Finn Thomas. Although they listed the middle name, so that tells me that's important to her.
Throw in Western Hills.
I have been corrected. Frankfurt High Senior Night is next Friday, not this Friday.
Yeah, they'll have Sayre coming into town. Sayre program run by former lottery pick Chad Pennington.
That's right, NFL quarterback. Played for the Jets, did he not?
Yeah. Still looms large over the fan base at Marshall.
Yeah. They had a couple of good quarterbacks there, back-to-back, him and Brian Leftwich, I think.
Byron Leftwich.
Which was right behind him, I think. And I think Randy Moss was of that same era, the wide receiver.
Ball over the top.
Bowen
nearly getting to it, and that is going to be goal number 5 for Franklin County, as coming in to take in the rebound and throwing in a cartwheel for good measure. She kind of wanted another one, but held away from it, but counts all the same. That's Kendall McLean, the freshman, coming in to take it after the goalkeeper spills it. Let's take a look at the replay here. Another free kick, and Bowen does a great job to get a foot to it before the goalkeeper can make a stop, and we're going to take a look at it as we get the cartwheel there. And
no
that goal is...
Oh, why? Would they say she's offsides? I mean,
I believe Bowen may have been offside. We'll have to take another look at it here in a second.
That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. I really like the cartwheel after the fact.
Yeah, so, you know,
That was impressive.
at least we'll have that for the highlight. Let's take a look at here. Here's the replay. They may have gotten Bowen for offside
Bowen is
there.
offside right there, most
But
certainly,
let's
yes.
it's tough to tell because she was kind of in the corner of the screen. They may have called that a foul on the keeper, but I didn't see much there. So it had to have been offside.
Yeah, they had to have been.
And, you know, it's the point where she starts when the ball is actually played that dictates whether they're offside or not. And it was kind of hard to see from our angle there.
Yeah.
Where Bowen started, but it looked like she might have, you know, just based on where she was when we saw her, might have gotten just a step too early. And right there you can see just kind of another example that Bowen, I think, knew she was a step offside, so had to kind of hold her run, so she wasn't really able to pursue that through ball.
That'll be a throw in for the Lady Flyers.
Yeah, Lady Flyers have really started to pile the pressure on again. So we've got a substitution coming in for Western Hills is number 27, Nicole Collingsworth, coming back on.
And she's one of the starters.
She'll be coming on for Campbell Goins, who's going to take a seat.
Malin Zelaya also into the game for Western Hills. I'm assuming she's a sister of Yadira Zelaya.
A sister, a cousin, or it could be another one of those Goins conundrums where there's 100 of them and none of them are related.
That's true, like me. Or at least nobody claims me.
Well, Clint, your family's what you make it. So, Western Hills has just been on the defensive a lot here in this first half, and that makes getting back into the game that much harder because it's much harder to just do those runs back and forth defending. That just wears your legs out so much.
Which is surprising because when the first couple of minutes, I mean, Western Hills was putting the pressure on, and then after that first goal by Bowen,
yeah, they're really having trouble getting the ball across midfield. As we see another nice play here, Nevaeh Acuff.
yeah,
She's
she
got
had a couple assists, yeah.
Yeah, she's got 2 assists and played another nice pass through. So. And she's been playing this with her left foot, too. That one was played with her left foot, so that's a skill you like to see in this age from a player, being able to play with both feet. And especially play the kind of passes she has so far.
Yeah, she's got some good footwork.
That'll be a throw-in for County. We see number 26 for Franklin County, who I am not seeing on my roster.
Ebony Rose with it in the corner, and
that'll be a goal kick.
Western Hills.
And Thomas will take it. Boy, I wish I knew how to pronounce that middle name of hers, because Xico.
So we've got a little bit of a shoulder-to-shoulder battle there. Nothing beyond the limit of the law. Some nice teamwork going on there for Western Hills.
Is Yadira Zelaya gets her shoe tied by a teammate.
Those must be plastic spikes because she's
Riley Chilton in there.
Allowing her to dig them right into her thigh. If those had been the old metal spikes, that would have been a sore one. There's Chilton just playing the safe ball there. They'll take their chances with a Franklin County throw. Again, this is the play-in game for this tournament, Franklin County and Western Hills. The crosstown rivalry, maybe not on the night we expected it, but here we are all the same in Franklin County. So far, looking to punch their ticket. They'll be playing the #1 seed in the tournament, the Great Crossing Lady Warhawks, the defending champion of this tournament, tomorrow night as it stands right now, but we've still got about 48 more minutes to play. And that'll surely be an offside if number 29 touches it. I think she was about a foot offside when the ball was thrown. But as it was touched out by Western Hills, that'll actually be a throw for Franklin
Wow.
County. And they have scored off of this exact scenario earlier in the game. As Bowen
So it's
comes
a
over.
corner. Yes, a corner, not a throw in a corner.
Did I say throw?
Yeah.
I meant corner. Here's Bowen. Flat corner. It gets into a
And
dangerous spot.
there
And that
you
one is going
go.
to take a deflection and roll in, as this one, I think, can completely be claimed by number 29, Nasaria Valleres. And whether or not I get her name right, she is the one that scored that goal. It looked like she hit it with her knee, and a really smart run there by her. She almost hipped it into the goal, it looked like.
Yeah.
Anything but the arm counts, and now 5-1. This is getting ugly if you're a Western Hills fan, as Franklin County in complete control. Vallardes, and I apologize for getting her name. Well, that couldn't have been right in any way, shape, or form the way I said it the first time. But Nasaria Vallardes with the goal. So 5-1 your score. It's all Flyers.
Yes. The Wolverines just need to calm down. Don't panic.
Well, I think you're
There's
seeing
still a lot of soccer yet to be played.
if you see kind of, I'm no body language expert rather, but if you see kind of the, when you get really punched in the mouth like that, the shoulders are starting to drop a little bit. It's, those runs just get a little bit harder to make. It's, they've been really just kind of humbled so far in this first half by a team that they beat not,
Yeah, about
not
3
even
weeks
2 or 3
ago,
weeks
yeah.
ago. That's some wonderful play by Bowen.
Oh yeah, nice footwork by her.
And just ran out of real estate, but that's a wonderful run from the middle of the field. A nice step over to create some space, and I think if this were a grass field instead of turf, that might have been the perfect through ball. But on the turf,
Yeah, it's
there's
a
just
little bit faster.
there's a lot less friction for that ball, and the turf just plays so much faster. And in some ways, if you're playing that ball from further over towards your side of the field, it can actually be an advantage. But when you're trying to kind of play those really delicate through balls like that and just trying to lay it off, then it can kind of be a little more difficult. As we're going to see a substitution here as Kataya Yount comes back into the game, and number 13, Kendall McLean, who already has a goal tonight, will take a breather.
Well, does she have a goal, or was that the one that got called off?
No, she does have a goal. I believe she had
Okay.
she had the goal. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, she's the cartwheel girl.
Yeah. Well, here we are again. They've already scored twice from these corners from Bowen.
Yeah.
Another flat corner. This time Western Hills manages to get a foot to it before it gets in front of the box, but it comes back out to Bowen, who chips one, kind of just spill wide.
Yeah,
This
I
time
think
around.
looking for a teammate in the box there, but couldn't
I
make
don't know,
contact.
Clint. I think she had stars in her eyes here.
You think so?
I think she, it might have been 50-50 in her head too, where she saw that she had two teammates that were on side, but
Yeah.
also thought she might just play one and see what she got out of it. She certainly earned the right to have a shot from there this evening.
Oh yeah. She has 3 of their 5 goals, their first 3.
I'm going to make an aesthetic point here. Is it not just a little bit nice to see your old standard, like, 5-sided black and white soccer ball?
Yes.
Maybe it doesn't. It's not relevant at all, but it's a very classic look that we've got going on with the soccer ball, and I kind of like it.
We got a sub into the game while I go for Franklin County. Number 10, Cindy Cruz in the game now.
Please, Glenn, I'm
Well,
trying to talk about the
I'm sorry,
patterns
the
of the
aesthetics.
soccer ball
Yeah,
here.
I'm sorry.
Let's stick to the more pertinent matters, please.
There's Cruz playing it. clear it out there.
Yeah, that was just some frustration, I think, being
Smith,
taken out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by that name as well, Clint. I do kind of wonder, you know, given her first name being Finn, if it maybe it's
Scandinavian. What do you think?
Scandinavian, Irish even.
Could be. Yeah.
Western Hills goal under threat again. Here's the lie. You don't like to see your number 10 having to pick up the ball that far onto your own side of the field. And it looks like that's going to be a corner. Another corner. This has been a trouble area for Western Hills.
I'm sure Bowen will take it. Wolverines did a good job last time.
And after the season you've had for Franklin County, you got to think those girls are having so much fun right now.
Oh, yeah.
This is something they haven't experienced as of yet this season. Here's Bowen. And it bounces in a dangerous spot this time.
Cleared out.
Just cleared out, and anywhere will do. And
looked like a handball.
yeah, that'll come the way of Western Hills. 2 minutes and change left, 5-1 your score. Franklin County has been in control for practically this entire first half. Of course, the winner of this game moving on to take on the Lady Warhawks of Great Crossing.
Don't forget, folks, at halftime, we'll have the Classic Gold Master Jewelers halftime show. We've got several replays to show you.
Yeah, we do actually. We have at least 6 goals and a couple that could have been goals, one that maybe any other time would have been called a goal, as Franklin County looking to put another one in the replay reel.
Yeah, Smith again comes in there to clear it out. But the Flyers still pressuring. Cruz will throw it in for Franklin County. But Smith cuts it off and
plays the ball forward.
Yeah,
Western
nice
Hills.
Oh, did they keep it in bounds?
Getting over to the Franklin County side of the field for the first time in what seems like an eternity. And they'll get a throw late in the first half, deep on the Flyer side of the field for Western Hills.
Unfortunately, there's no ball person down there.
That's how.
And that's going to burn some clock. It's it's going to take another 10 to 15 seconds off the clock.
That's how dominant this has been for the Flyers. We don't have any kind of ball return person there. So that was probably a good 15 seconds of threat for Western Hills.
Oh, nice cross.
Yeah, there's a cross right in front of the Franklin County box, and that is very close to.
Oh, no foul called there? That could have been a free kick.
It looked like it could have gone either way on the foul. It was a shoulder-to-shoulder. Western Hills with about 15 seconds here to try to create something, and they'll get a throw with 10 seconds. They've got to hustle. As here comes Western Hills. They've got a shot on goal, and they will have a corner, but I believe the half is going to run out. Saved by the bell is Franklin County on that one, but I don't think they really needed it this time around. 5-1 your score. Flyers completely in control and look like they have just about punched their ticket for the 41st District Tournament to take on the defending champions, Great Crossing. We've got 40 more minutes to determine that. Can Western Hills get back into this? We'll find out. We've got the Classic Gold Master Jewelers halftime show coming up here on the Cable 10 Game of the Week.
Classic Gold Master Jewelers has an amazing selection of jewelry that anyone will love. Classic Gold also provides custom services like pearl restringing, engraving, watch repair, ring resizing, and custom designs. Classic Gold Master Jewelers, 859 East Main Street.
Game of the Week halftime show is brought to you by Classic Gold. Art-carved class rings are available at Classic Gold Master Jewelers on 859 East Main Street in Frankfort.
The sun is doing its absolute best to peek out just the tiniest bit over Benny Watkins Field, as the sun has definitely been shining on the Franklin County Flyers so far. And we'll take a look at The scoring summary here is Jayla Bowen opened up the scoring with the wonderful left-footed strike.
Yeah, this has been the Jayla Bowen show for the first 10 or 15 minutes of this contest.
So I thought that was a goal with the right foot, but it was actually with the left. And that'll come in.
Nice
to mean
pass by
something here in a second.
Acuff.
And here she is.
This is
playing
the right
forward,
footer.
scoring with the right foot.
She can score with her left, score with her right.
And here she is again. Another goal with the right foot. And she had a hat trick before we even had played 15 minutes. And now she plays a corner in. And that one, a whole host of Flyers could take claim to that one.
Yeah, we're going to give it to Salamanca. At least I am.
Western Hills not out of it quite yet, as that may have actually been an own goal now that I look at it for Western Hills. And there, Franklin County just getting anything to it and getting a fortunate bounce. You create your own luck, especially on corners. You just get bodies in the box, and if it goes in, then you've done your job. But that's what brings us to our current scoreline, 5-1, your score. And the winner of this game, of course, takes on Great Crossing tomorrow at 6. And both of these teams trying to extend their season. We'll have the second half coming up for you in just a little bit. Stay with us here on Cable 10.
In today's fast-paced housing market, you need realtors with experience who understand that timing is essential when finding the perfect home for the right price. Tim and Rebecca Hubbard with Exit Realty Crutcher are here to ensure that you and your family have a positive experience from start to finish.
Real estate is what we do.
And families are why we do it.
The Game of the Week is brought to you by Tim and Rebecca Hubbard with Exit Realty Crutcher. Choose local realtors that treat you like family because real estate is what we do and families are why we do it. Reach out to the Hubbard team for all your real estate needs.
My best money tip is,
Allow your money and other people's money to make money for you.
Think generationally, past yourself. Save, save, save.
even if it's just $5.
Spend money on things that make sense to buy twice.
Pay back your student loans as fast as you can.
Take good care of your credit because it's buying power.
Start a retirement fund and invest in my 401k.
My best money tip is prepare for everything to go right.
Confidently manage your finances with more solid advice from WestBanco. Money doesn't make you wealthy. Understanding it does.
Game of the Week is brought to you by WestBanco Bank. Money doesn't make you wealthy. Understanding it does. So let's talk. Learn more at westbanco.com.
There's a reason why Toyota is America's best-selling retail brand. It's the quality, dependability, and reliability that you expect from Toyota. And that starts right here in the USA, where Toyota has invested over $49 billion into 11 different manufacturing plants, including the newest one, a battery plant for its electrified vehicles. There are now 13 different Toyotas built in the USA, with more on the way. America drives Toyota. Let's go places.
The Game of the Week is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. For all Toyota offers, visit Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. The Game of the Week is brought to you by The Floor Show. The Floor Show wishes everyone a great sporting season. Be sure to see us for all your flooring needs and personalized customer service. We are just minutes away in Lawrenceburg at 1110 Bypass South, or call us at 502-839-6917. Follow and like us on Facebook too.
High five to all our local teams from Esprit Credit Union. Esprit celebrates and encourages you and your successes athletically, personally, and financially. Let us reward you. Open a High Five Experience account and earn money with your checking. Visit us at esprit.org for details. Membership required, federally insured by NCUA.
The Game of the Week was brought to you by Esprit Credit Union. Esprit Credit Union wishes all our local teams a great season. Show your local spirit with a spirited debit card featuring your school colors and mascot. Open an Esprit Spirited account today and let the rivalry continue. Federally insured by NCUA.
Game of the Week is brought to you by Whitehead Hancock. Whitehead Hancock Plumbing has been serving Frankfort families for more than 100 years. you can trust Whitehead Hancock for all your plumbing, heating, cooling, and septic needs. Call them today at 502-227-2213 for 24-hour emergency service or visit their website at whiteheadhancock.com.
Managing your utilities doesn't have to be stressful. With the MyFPB app, everything you need is right at your fingertips. Get 24/7 access to view and pay bills instantly, track electric and water usage, and even manage multiple properties. Go paperless. Turn on notifications and get real-time outage updates. Take control of your utilities anytime, anywhere. Download the MyFPB app now and make utility management easy. MyFPB, your utilities simplified.
The Game of the Week is brought to you by Goins Insurance. Family owned, family operated, protecting Central Kentucky since 1949. Call us for the same great rates and great service you've always been given. Call 502-875-4270 for your quote today.
Today, we customize everything. So why not customize your video choices with NextBand Stream, the new video streaming app from FPB. Just install NextBand Stream on your smart TV, mobile, and streaming devices. Then watch with features like Restart and Replay TV, plus Cloud DVR to record cable and local channels. Powered by fast, reliable FPB internet and Wi-Fi. Customize your video. Call or visit FPB online to sign up.
David Toll's Auto Pro customers can't go anywhere without him. No matter where life takes you, the David Toll's Auto Pro nationwide warranty is by your side.
40 down, 40 to go, 5-1 your score in the opening game of the play-in night of the 41st District Soccer Tournament. Franklin County well in control of this one, 5-1 your score. You saw Jayla Bowen, number 24 for Franklin County, having scored 3 goals. And I looked it up at halftime, Clint. Even though somewhere deep in the recesses of my brain I knew this, it's called a perfect hat trick when you score with your left foot, your right foot, and your head.
Wow. Well,
very, very rare thing to see.
She's not there yet, but
in
who
soccer.
knows?
Well,
She
the
can
problem she has is the problem that Franklin County has right now is a foul throw, so that's going to come the way of Western Hills. But the problem she has is she's on corner duty.
Yeah.
Which is really the most common place. That's the most common place you're going to have the opportunity to score with your head. And you don't see a huge amount of headed goals in the high school girls
to begin with
action at all. Not to say it can't happen, but something to watch out for here in the second half is Bowen coming back to take the ball, and she's got that speed again.
Oh yeah,
and some deft footwork there. That time she cuts back. She's working on Smith over there on the far side, and that's the corner in. And we've got a collision in front of goal. And some good sportsmanship there. Both players going for the ball, not going for each other. Let's take a look at this wonderful work by Bowen to play that little chipped ball in there into a dangerous position. I believe that was Vallarta's number 29 there. And the goalkeeper for Western Hills, I think that's Addison Robinette. Is that correct?
I think you're right, yes.
Kind of getting, just arriving at the same place at the same time. Nothing malicious from either side. And thankfully, neither girl was really shaken up by that. So we play on.
Bowen.
Now it takes a touch. Vallarta's got a foot to it, but Western Hills able to clear for the time being.
Franklin County already putting the pressure on early here in the second half.
When you commit that many bodies forward, Clint, you do leave yourself open to just this, the counterattack. As
here's Smith.
Smith playing the ball. I think she was just trying to test the keeper from distance. Payson Poole hasn't had anything to do for a while, but she does step up.
That's true. That's only like their second shot on goal, maybe third. But yeah,
I believe third. They had a couple early in the first half, and that's the thing about this, Clint. For the first 5 or 6 minutes, it was really a lot of this was Western Hills possession, and since then it has been the complete opposite. As I think handball was missed there by number 19 for Western Hills.
Throw in Western Hills.
Now I have 2 number 19s on my roster.
Yeah,
so Chelsea Smith. Okay, there are 2. I see what I'm.
Robinette is not wearing 19.
I see. I'm
even
confused.
Though she was listed as such in our.
You were going to find this hard to believe, Clint. I'm confused.
And Bianca Mexicar checking in for Brennan, Gary, and Campbell going.
My apologies if we've kind of stepped on any of the names or said any of the players' names and numbers incorrectly. We're kind of dealing with this information in the moment as we get it, and we want to do our best to be as correct as possible because there are a lot of people watching do care about these kids, and we do too. So
yeah, we did not have an actual number for Robinette. She was just on the roster we were given. She was just goalkeeper. So
now Western Hills just trying to get any kind of threat going, any kind of attack going. They've had some time to kind of rest up those legs. They had to do a lot of defending late in the first half. And just muscled off of the ball there is the Wolverine midfielder. Now here comes Western Hills trying to turn the field around as Zelaya tries to play that forward into the path of Ella Martin, number 4.
Acuff with the header.
Yeah, I've really been impressed with Acuff. She's shown some nice skill, and that was kind of one of those like deft little headers that tries to play it into space for one of your teammates and accomplished what it set out to do, but Western Hills was able to get to it first that time. But she's shown some nice ability playing the balls on, playing the dead ball like the free kick, playing a nice ball over the top, and then with the header there. One thing we do have to give Franklin County credit for is the goal from the corner aside. Since taking the lead, you know, when you don't have a lot coming towards your side of the field, it can be easy to kind of get in a little, complacency is maybe the wrong word for it, but you get in a rhythm, and when that rhythm is broken, it can be hard to really kind of just remember your role, clear your lines, and when they've had to do that, Franklin County in defense, they've been able to, you know, keep their concentration, and that's trickier than it sounds.
Katie Hernandez just checking into the game for the Wolverines. She will be the one throwing it in. Looking for Smith, gets it to her. But Smith is double teamed, and that's going to be a Franklin County throw in.
We may have a substitution coming in. I believe that's going to be Acuff coming out.
Cindy Cruz and Maria
We've got a
Reyes
couple of flyers coming in as Cindy Cruz comes in, and Reyes, there's number 26 there, you see.
I've got on my roster, that's Ashley Diaz.
Well, you're looking at the Wolverines roster.
Oh, that's why.
Throw in Western Hills.
Hey, we got 5 more of these games, so, you know, actually 7 more of these games. So it'll be a well-oiled machine before you know it. I have 7 more of these games, I should say. But I do appreciate you joining me tonight, of course.
Oh, you're welcome. You're going to have much better color analysts the rest of the nights, folks.
I don't know that I'd go that far, but
Brad Thomas will be in on Wednesday.
It'll be different flavors of the same stew of brilliance. So
the best I can do is flashes of mediocrity.
So tomorrow night it'll be your
football
compatriot on the football side. Lanny Brannick will be joining us, and I believe he's going to be there Thursday for that game as well. And then we'll have Brad Adams on Wednesday night.
Oh, Brad Thomas.
Brad Thomas?
Yes.
When did I get Brad Adams?
I don't know.
I think just getting names wrong is just ingrained into me at this point. I just do it so well, it just comes without even trying.
Well, you know, we have a lot of names to keep track of. You know, you've got 5 girls soccer teams and 5 boys soccer teams, and
that's a good point, Craig.
Throw in Western Hills.
Western Hills with the throw. I've been looking at that cart all season, Clint, that one in the middle, and I've been jealous of it. It's a nice looking cart. I can think of about a million things I could do with that. And that's all I'll say about that. I just wanted to put that out there into the world.
I don't know what it's for.
Well, I could use it for something. Back to the action hand.
The Wolverines,
Wolverines are threatening
can they
now.
Cross here and get it in the box.
They do earn a corner.
But it does.
And the corner's on the opposite side, same side of the field, but the opposite corner from the perspective of the goal to where they scored in the first half.
Thomas will take it. Smith took the earlier corners, but Thomas is going to take
this.
This
is Ella
one.
Martin, actually, number 4, I believe.
Oh,
over
I'm
there.
sorry.
Didn't mean to interrupt you. We did have a.
You are correct.
We did have a viewer correct us on that, so I want to make sure we got that correct. We do appreciate that, actually. Clearly, not speaking for Clint, but not my forte, so any help is appreciated.
Oh, yes.
And
yes.
and we appreciate everybody watching tonight. You know, it's the first time I believe that we've ever covered both play-in games, and maybe the first time we've had multiple play-in games here in the 41st District, as we've got Western Hills shot just anywhere towards goal, and that's really what they have to do if they want to have any chance of getting back in this. You just have to kind of test the goalkeeper, test that defense, just put the ball anywhere in front of goal, and maybe you get a lucky bounce. But they really, Western Hills has had more possession so far in this first 10 minutes than probably they did in the entirety of the last 30 minutes of the first half, as taking a tumble there over on the far side.
That's Chelsea Smith.
Chelsea Smith.
But Martin will take the kick.
Western Hills.
Let's take a look at the floor show replay here. We're going to see that, and the foul committed by Bella Kinsella, who just kind of got her foot underneath the foot of Chelsea Smith there. Western Hills getting a little more time on the ball now than they had, and just some miscommunication there.
Yeah.
I think
Smith is kicking out to a teammate, but nobody was over there.
it's the conundrum of playing into space versus playing to feet, and I think they were of different minds. Let's take a look at the replay. Yeah, I think thought one of the two of them really were probably supposed to be on that side of the field, and it's hard to play that one-touch play like Western Hills has been trying to play when you don't really have the players in position that you expect to be there. Now just taking the industrial route, trying to play a ball over the top, but I believe we had a foul in the build-up, so that'll come the way of Franklin County. Make sure you stay tuned. After this game, we'll take a short break. We'll go get some water and debrief on all the things that went good and bad about that broadcast, and then we'll rejoin you for the boys' side of the play-in game. That is going to be starting about 20 minutes after the end of this one, give or take. And we've got
Franklin County against Frankfort Christian.
Frankfort Christian, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, that might be the first year of the boys. And
I think so. I think this is their first boys soccer team.
We'll press pause on that as J.Lo Bowen had the ball streaking towards the Western Hills goal, metaphorically, that is.
Flyer throw in.
Be a flyer throw in here, as the announcer pointed out, and I repeated.
Cruz will do the honors here.
Getting back to that, we will have the boys' side of the play-in game, and I believe that's going to be a pretty interesting game. I don't think we've seen Frankfort Christian in the play-in game before, or in the tournament before.
Yeah, because
on the boys' side,
I think this is their first year of existence, the boys soccer team. I think.
Here's Bowen with some nice footwork, and that's showing good strength to kind of hold off the defender. That time, Smith for Western Hills was able to shepherd the danger away. But now Franklin County, they want to get number 6 on the board. And that one is going to roll painfully slowly out for a goal kick. And that's one of those where the turf just takes the ball and kills its momentum. It's going to be a throw-in for Franklin County, and now Western Hills is finding themselves playing more on their own side of the field. Bowen with a wonderful turn. She's got a little bit of space to work in, just plays the cross, and that time coming out to wrap it up is Robinette.
Robinette with the save.
That's a good cross. Her teammate just a little bit late getting there.
Yeah, we'll take a look at that. Bowen just dispatching the two Western Hills defenders there.
Yeah,
she really does a good job of getting that turning and moving with pace and control. Like, she has that little turn of foot, as they call it. That's that little kind of extra sprinting ability just from a dead stop that really makes her so dangerous to play against, and especially if you're a team that's been defending as much as Western Hills has had to in this game thus far.
Here's another corner kick for the Wolverines, and Smith will take it again this time. I think it's going to be a little indirect over to Martin.
There's Martin with a
nice
nice ball
kick,
in, and that's going to go
good.
over the head of the goalkeeper. Western Hills with a bit of a lifeline here.
Wow.
A free kick from distance, and we'll remember her name this time, Ella Martin, with the right-footed shot from distance. I think maybe she thought that was just going to be a cross, because she seems a little taken aback.
Just above the outstretched hands of the goalkeeper.
Never say never, Clint.
That's right. And I was about to say, you know, time is starting to become an issue for the Wolverines, but you know.
And I think it may be still, but Wolverines not going quietly into the night here.
No.
Nice goal there, and that is our first goal here of the second half. And Franklin County looking to get that one back immediately as this Vallardes with some nice footwork to get some space. Right-footed cross, and this time Robinette able to wrap up the danger there.
If Lady Wolverines can get another goal, it could change the whole complexity of this game.
And I think what Robinette did right there is really what they're going to have to try to do. I don't think they've been having much luck playing the ball on the ground from their own side of the field to Franklin County's side of the field. I think they're just really going to have to start trying to go to the air. And, you know, if you're Western Hills, you really just got to start throwing everything at it. So we've got a Wolverine down here. It looks like that's Selena Benegas, number 16, who was down for a second, but she's back up.
Free kick to Western Hills.
Maybe a little bit sore, but so Western Hills set up to take another free kick here.
Smith will take it. Yeah, I think the Wolverines may have to start to go over the top.
Smith looking to the center here, and this one poked out. Benega plays it into number 27, that's Collingsworth.
There should be a throw in Hills.
Yeah, Western Hills will have a throw, and they're creeping back over into the Flyer side of the field. A little bit of a shot of adrenaline ever since that goal by Ella Martin.
Acuff back into the game for Franklin County. Got a little breather there, it looks like.
Now Western Hills with some sustained possession here. And I don't know whether that touched a Flyer on the way through. I don't believe it did. Yeah, it'll be a throw-in for Franklin County. But still, they're going to have to do some work to get it back over on the other side of the field. Might have some substitutions coming in. I'm not sure. We've got a stoppage of play. And we have a substitution, it looks like possibly, is number 15 coming in.
Yadira Zelaya goes out, and Campbell Goins comes in, and I think Malin Zelaya came in, but did not. I don't know who came out.
And that one's going to go out. It'll be a throw for Western Hills, and all of a sudden the Wolverines have a little pep in their step here. You can definitely see those expressions. The shoulders are not quite as slumped. They really think maybe they can get something out of this. Threatening once again. Franklin County having to step up and defend. And now the Flyers back around to it. And Western Hills will just have to play it out for a throw for Franklin County. Wolverines gonna have to get some numbers back here. Now Western Hills has a chance to counter down the right side. Ball over the top.
And the race is on.
But
oh.
That's some good goalkeeping, heads-up goalkeeping in that time by Payson Poole. I think she saw that ball had just lost enough momentum that it was going to sit down, and she saw a couple of Wolverines that were bearing down on it and had beaten the defender to it, so she came out and wrapped it up. And I'm impressed that any of these people can see the 18-yard box lines, because that one is really tripping me up right now.
Yeah, a lot of lines on the field. Get the football lines and the soccer lines, both it can get a bit confusing.
Some nice defending there by Franklin County. That was number, I believe that's number 11 for the Flyers, or maybe number 13, excuse me. That's Kendall McLean. But a nice job with some last-ditch defending and making sure that she kicks the ball out for a throw and not a corner.
Yadira Zelaya back in for the Wolverines.
And again, both goals for Western Hills had come as a result of corners, because that was, I can't remember if there was a corner or a goal kick that set up that goal by Ella Martin, but it was a play off of a dead ball.
It was a corner.
Okay. I knew it was on that side of the field. I try to live in the present, Clint. I don't know what to tell you. Coming up a little bit sore after that one was Vallardes. We continue on. That one going high into the air.
But it could be played, but the Wolverines are going to just let it go.
Yeah, that one was pretty well covered by Franklin County. As you see, number 22 there, the junior Amaya Salamanca, who maybe has a goal, maybe doesn't. We'll wait for the committee findings on that. And that was goal number 4 for the Flyers tonight. That goal kick puts the Flyers in danger.
Yadira Zelaya.
Zelaya trying to get it onto her right foot, and by the time she did, I think she was just a little too far away from goal and didn't really have enough space to get any kind of venom on that shot.
The Wolverine throw in.
Yeah, Western Hills not giving up here. Time is not their friend, but still time to get something done here. They might get it. No, it's going to bounce out for a throw. I thought they might get a corner out of that. But it'll go the way of the Flyers.
Franklin County got 3 goals in under 15 minutes.
It's very true.
There is motion in my front door.
As we get a look behind the fourth wall from the announcer there.
Franklin County goal kick.
Everybody's having fun tonight. You love to see it. One time I was 3 or 4 lifetimes ago for me, Clint, I was working in radio and I was the studio engineer for a game, and all of a sudden the play-by-play guy at the football game went very silent, and we couldn't figure out what the deal was. And then when he finally came back, once we went to commercial, he said, "I just got a message from my wife. It looks like we're going to be parents."
Oh, hey.
You could have knocked me over with a feather. It's funny, I actually saw him at a game this year. And that's been some 20 years ago that happened. So that child that he had learned the existence of already out of high school. Zelaya with some nice footwork to get it onto her right foot. She plays it into space, and it's just not going to sit down. I believe that's going to be a throw for Franklin County, but still deep on the Western Hills side.
Franklin County.
5-2 your score. Franklin County still in control on the scoreboard, but really Western Hills has, ever since that goal by Martin, they've really been the aggressor here. And for Franklin County, you know, that may be a tactical thing where they're just, you know, there's something to be said for when you have a significant lead, you just try to keep the play in front of you.
Yeah.
Kind of akin to, in football terms, dropping into the prevent.
Yeah.
Don't know why they
going with the dime package, so to speak.
Don't know why they choose to pronounce prevent differently, specifically to football, but some nice work here. Still with it for Franklin County, making that marauding run from her own defensive back line. There was
Micaiah Wheeler, I believe.
Micaiah Wheeler, number 33. I believe I missed. I believe I couldn't see the. I think I thought she was number 13.
Yeah,
which is Kendall McLean.
Those,
you see on the ball right now.
Ponytails make it difficult.
There's the shot
in
from
girls'
distance.
Sports, both in soccer and in basketball.
Cindy Cruz with a right-footed shot from outside the box that time. I think the shot just immediately went into the turf and just died, so no real power on it. Western Hills now just trying anything to get back into this game as we're under the 15-minute mark in time remaining. There's Salamanca. She has it taken away from her by Zelaya for Western Hills. Doing some fantastic work with the feet to keep the defender away. And the ball just keeps bouncing around. A little lack of assurance there by Franklin County, just, you know, not confident defending. And Western Hills will get a throw.
Western Hills.
We've seen some very confident defending so far by Franklin County in the times that they've had to do it. And you can see this tactic there by Western Hills, I think, is just make the Flyers' defense have to have time on the ball and make them do something with the ball with their feet.
And hopefully they'll make a mistake.
Yeah, that's really, I think, what Western Hills is like aiming for at that point. You saw with that throw in there. Force the defenders for Franklin County to play out from defense with their feet, and just when you get the ball, they're just trying anything to get the ball forward, further up the field, further into Flyer territory. And give credit to Western Hills. They have not, for a second, shown any kind of quit tonight.
No, they're putting pressure now.
And here's a lot of space for Zelaya. She wants to get it to her right foot. Really just kind of ran out of room to do that. You could tell she's more comfortable shooting on her right, just based on that, on my interpretation of it.
Oh, nice move there
by Smith to get some space. Right-footed cross. Cleared out well that time by, I believe that was Salamanca. But Western Hills still threatening. The ball in. Almost reaches a Wolverine. Western Hills trying to get number 3. Shot from distance by Martin only goes as far as a Flyer. But this one bouncing into a dangerous spot. There's the shot nearly playing into the path of, that was number 27, Collingsworth, who is so close to being able to get a right foot shot away. As we see that replay here, and that was the one where I think if Collingsworth had seen that develop just a half second before she did, she might have had a shot on goal. But a corner regardless, and this has been a place where Western Hills has been able to score from so far in this game. Both of their goals coming from corner as a byproduct of corners. This time they play the corner, and I think that's one that the corner taker would rather forget.
They'd like to have that one back, I'm sure.
And that's the kind of thing maybe you see after just having to do so much defending in this game, and you know, the legs get a little bit weary. And you see Payson Poole, the goalkeeper.
She's going to let Yomp take it here.
That one only goes as far as Western Hills. Zelaya had a second on the ball. And you feel like she has the kind of footwork that if she can just get a little bit of space to operate and set herself up, that she can score. But it's a nice job down the other side here. And I believe that's going to be a corner for Franklin County as Vallartas on the...
Yeah, she did a great job.
And it looks like that went out for a throw rather than a corner. The trajectory must have taken a lot wider than I thought it did.
Yeah, I thought it'd be way down the pitch.
Wolverines have fought valiantly in the second half, but time is beginning to run out. We've just got 10 minutes and change left in this one.
And again, this is going to burn some clock as they try to find a ball to play with.
Yeah.
There we go. I think they only have one ball fetcher.
And come the Wolverines.
They're working their tail off. Going from one end to the other.
And that'll be a free kick for Western Hills.
Western Hills free kick.
So we had a foul somewhere. As we see the replay. Yeah, just a little bit of a
push. Boy, wasn't much there.
Yeah, and it looked like possibly a handball in the, I guess they had already called the foul, but it was a handball for Western Hills going the other way.
Martin sends it forward.
Martin, of course, scoring goal number 2 for Western Hills this evening. And really that kind of gave Western Hills a little bit of hope and a little bit of something to play for. And
here we go.
They may still have something on. As here's Smith with the breakaway. Right-footed shot and just batted away by Poole. And Poole does the smart thing and just wraps it up and grabs it to salt away a little bit of time. As you see Smith sets up, looked like she was maybe just trying to put it into the far corner, but maybe just didn't get enough bend into it. Wolverines just trying to fashion any chance they can here.
You know, Western Hills has not had that many shots on goal, but I think Poole may have more saves tonight than she has all season long. Cuff kicks it out. That'll be a corner, won't it?
Yeah, I think that was just kind of, she heard footsteps, and maybe that was just the safest thing she could do, because her only real option, just getting the ball in kind of a no man's land there. Her only real other option is playing it back to the goalkeeper, which is the last thing you want to do in that situation.
Right.
So probably,
or putting it in front of the goal, and you just don't want to do that either.
Yeah, that's kind of a heads-up play. Just, you know, there's where you have to make the best bad decision you can.
Movement in the box, and it's going to be kicked out for a Western Hills throw-in.
So that'll be a throw for Western Hills, and this time they're able to get the ball fairly quickly back. Clock obviously not the friend of the Wolverines now, as we've got just under 7.5 minutes left in the second half. Winner of this game goes on to take on #1 seed and defending champion Great Crossing tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, and we'll have that action here on Cable 10. Here's Smith, who's done a fantastic job in the second half of just creating space for herself. She'll get it back, and she's got room to play the ball. Plays it over the top, and that is knocked out by Salamanca for a corner, and I think maybe just a little bit of confusion there on the back line for Franklin County.
You know, I was just thinking about the district tournament team. Every team will have at least one player on the district tournament team, and I'm pretty sure Bowen has secured her mark for Franklin County.
Yeah, at
but
least
for
one
Western
of
Hills, Martin has a goal, but Smith has played well also for the Lady Wolverines.
Smith has played well. Zelaya, number 10, has kind of been a handful there for the Franklin County defenders. And that corner kick just didn't have any bend on it. So Franklin County, with the ability to take the goal kick here and maybe take a couple of seconds out of the clock. With a 3-goal lead, that's not a huge concern for them, but still, the sooner you can get it to zeros, the better.
Acuff will do the honors, looks like.
Of course, we don't have that nebulous concept of stoppage time in high school soccer, which has gotten to the point of being almost ridiculous for international leagues and for club leagues around the world. Where sometimes you're seeing 10, 11 minutes of stoppage time now.
I did a Racing Louisville NWSL game a couple of weeks ago, and in the second half there was 12 minutes of stoppage time. And during that there was an injury. So we wound up playing about 15 minutes beyond what we thought might be the end of the game.
Yeah, and I do think there's something to be said for playing more than just, your standard 2-3 minutes, which was just kind of the given that it used to be, but it's got to be a happy medium in there somewhere.
Yeah,
maybe I'm just saying that because my favorite team, Liverpool, have lost the last 2 weeks in a row
during
in stoppage time.
Yeah. Well,
we gotta start getting these games over with earlier.
12 minutes. That's a third of the half. Almost.
Western Hills pressing on here and just trying, I think, now to just kind of end this game on the front foot, which is about all you can do at this point.
It'd be nice to get another goal, and you certainly don't want to give up another goal.
Exactly, and there's Vallardes, and she's in a foot race now. Still with it. I think she's going to run out of room.
I think she is too. It's gonna
but
be
a gallant run.
Western Hills goal kick.
And we're going to take a look now at Ella Martin.
Oh yeah,
taking a field goal, and
during halftime they had a contest, and she kicks.
Cleared it and then some.
That's
pretty impressive.
That's clearly a PAT. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice leg.
If
I'd forgotten about that.
If Western Hills didn't have one of the better place kickers, I think, around in football already, I would say, sign her up.
Her into service. That's right.
Yeah, but I think their kicker actually did a pretty serviceable job.
They had a big win Friday night over Grant County. Running clock, 36-0.
Yeah, I was in the house for that one, Clint, and the Wolverines looking pretty impressive.
Yadira tracks it down, and is she going to pick up the foul for that?
Yes, it'll be a free kick for Western Hills. They're going to try to hurry up and take it here. 2.5 minutes left. This one likely academic, but Western Hills would love to get on the scoreboard one more time, and this is the person to do it. Ella Martin.
Will she just go for the gusto here? What do you think?
Put some of that field goal
chips it in
form
there,
to use. And I think that's where you have to do. You just have to chip it into the box and see if a friendly shirt can get their head to it. What a turn there by Bowen. It's been a little quiet. I think she just came back into the game, or just, is getting a touch again. But really has been the standout for both teams tonight.
Yeah,
and you can see just by her footwork how confident she is with both feet, and just dribbling through traffic there is really impressive. I'm like you, Clint. I think obviously she's a lock for the all-tournament team, and I think you'll probably see another flyer on there as well before it's all said and done. And we'll have to see how that pans out tomorrow. Great crossing as Western Hills pressing, try to get that third goal, and still a chance here with 1:22 left. But, we'll see how they fare against Great Crossing. They have a very thin bench, and they've had to do a lot of running tonight. We'll see if, that takes its toll on the legs, but also for Franklin County, they have been attacking a lot tonight. And, while you're still exerting energy, it's a little easier on the legs to attack than to defend. You're not having to run backwards. You're not, doing a lot of, like those shuttle runs. You're not chasing. So.
And it's, it's more exciting for you personally. Hey,
that's true. It's also, it's just better for the soul.
Looking back at the records that I have, I don't see where Franklin County played Great Crossing this year, so that surprises me. I just can't believe that's correct. But
yeah, I think we may be working with some incomplete information for both sides.
But if that's the case, if they haven't seen, the Franklin County team play, they could help the Lady Flyers out tomorrow night.
That's true. 30 seconds left in this one. Franklin County will be moving on to take on Great Crossing. Valiant effort here in the second half by Western Hills, but the mountain just too tall to climb as Franklin County really just kind of put their foot on the throat of the Wolverines early and have just kind of been riding this one out. As we get into the closing stages of the game, Western Hills with the final chance at goal. That one's going to be tipped out, and I believe that will bring the game to an end as Western Hills is just going to...
It'll be a corner kick, but the time will run out before they can take it.
Discretion being the better part of valor. Western Hills season comes to a close, but the Flyers, they move on, notching their first win of the season, at least as far as our records are concerned. That's really, anybody's guess. If we're wrong, we apologize, but they will be moving on to take on Great Crossing. And Clint, they really won this one in the first half.
That's right. This is the important win, regardless how many games they won or lost. This is the important one. This is when it really matters. All the games in the season largely are just exhibition games because the ones that matter are in the district tournament.
And this is the time of the year that you want to be rounding into form, and it appears that the Flyers have done just that. 5-2 your score. We'll be back in a little bit as we see some of the highlights here. And this is goal number 1. And this was really what set the tone for the entire game. Jayla Bowen, left-footed goal, wonderful strike in transition. And that was just a hint of what was to come.
And, here's Bowen again, outrunning Chilton there.
And that's a fantastic finish.
Oh, yeah.
Across the face of goal. And she wasn't done yet. It's just the opportunist move right there. Just gets a foot to it, kicks it into space, and that finish, probably the easiest of the 3 that she had. But closing out the hat trick after just 15 minutes. And this one,
we're not sure who got
I think now that I'm seeing that, I think you can chalk that up to number 12, Ebony Rose, who just got a touch to it. We'll call it a team goal.
But, Western Hills, if you look at the halves, Western Hills won the second half.
And I think that's the goal that really, for Western Hills, that's the one that's toughest to take because it's just not clearing your lines when the ball comes in. But as you said, Clint, Wolverines didn't quit, and there's Ella Martin. Just can't win the lottery if you don't buy a ticket, and she won big that time, chipping it over the head of the goalkeeper, and that wrapped up the scoring. Not enough for the Wolverines as Franklin County moves on to take on Great Crossing tomorrow night at 6, and we'll have all that action for you. Stay with us. We've got the boys' side of the play-in bracket coming up. We'll have all that action for you here in just a little bit. You're watching the 41st District Soccer Tournament on Cable 10.